Hey guys, what's going on? Brandan Vitro here, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about what I think the top 5 best business books to start building wealth are. So if you're interested in making money or starting a business or anything in those categories, I think these 5 books are going to be extremely helpful for you, and I would definitely recommend reading them or at least listening to them. So you can also get like an Audible membership or something like that. So what I did was just listen to these books at work, and then after a couple of days I'd finish a book and I'd get ready to read another one. And if you use the link in the description to sign up for Audible, if you start the free trial you'll get 2 free books actually, and you get to keep them forever, so even if you cancel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out below. So in no particular order, I'm going to talk about what I think the top 5 best business books are. So the first one is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And this one is really a keeper. This is one of the first ones I read, and I really like this book. It basically explains the basics and groundworks to become rich. And it talks about, like the title says, think and grow rich. So it teaches you how to think in a different way, especially about money, and how you're able to use your subconscious as a way to motivate you. And I actually think that's what the most important part of this book is where he talks about the infinite and the subconscious. And when I was first reading it, I didn't really know what he was talking about. It's kind of weird. I know it sounds like kind of hippie, weird stuff, but if you read this book once or twice, you'll really start to understand what he's talking about. And I was actually able to use those things to motivate me to start this YouTube channel. And this is one of those books I would say either read it multiple times, or if you get it on Audible, listen to it multiple times, because it's one of those things that the more times you hear the message, the better. And if you're interested in any of these books, I have links in the description for you to check them out. Now, the second book we're going to talk about is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this is one I'm still reading, but I do think it is one of the most important books you can read. I think everyone should read this book because it teaches you a lot. Like, not only does this book teach you how to have better social interactions with people, like it also teaches you how to argue with people. I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you take the advice, it actually is super helpful. It's really good at teaching you how to interact with people where no one's getting upset and both people are gonna win. And with this book, one thing I like about it is it gives you examples of like every situation, and then it goes in depth and explains the reasoning behind them. This book is actually a classic, like it's been around forever, and it's definitely worth reading if you're more of a shy person. And even if you're not, I think it is a great book for everyone to read. Now for number 3, I'm gonna put Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book is great for anyone that's new to this world of finance and trying to become rich and retire early and all these different things. This book is going to be really good for you because it lays out a lot of the basics. One thing this book does really well is give you the really important things and lays the groundwork for a good financial future. It basically talks about how the author was growing up and his dad was like the run-of-the-mill working class man, and his friend's dad was really rich. And his friend's dad didn't really work more than his dad, so he sort of talked to him about it and figured out why, and he basically learned about finance and investing and all those different things from his friend's dad. And I know I said a lot of the things in this book are basic, but if you're new to this world, it's still going to teach you so much by reading this book. In fact, like 99% of people in America probably don't know most of the information in this book. So while it's basic if you've already been in this world of like learning about finance for a while, but if you haven't and you're sort of new to this thing, this book is going to be really good because it does a really good job of explaining it if it's something new to you. Now, number 4 is going to be The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. And this book is a little bit out there. I'm sure you heard 4-Hour Workweek, what the heck? And this book doesn't really apply to everyone. Like for me, I would probably be extremely bored and confused with my life if I only worked 4 hours a week. What this book is really good at doing is teaching you how to manage your work much better. So it teaches you like a lot of like strategies that you would never think of. And if you use them, it sort of allows you to focus on the important parts of your work and hand those strategies off in a different way. And this book is obviously awesome if you want to work less hours per week. And it actually does give you a lot of detailed, specific things that you can learn. So when I heard about this book, I thought it was sort of just going to be like mumbo jumbo. It's going to give you basic ideas like you need to save up for retirement or something like that. But it actually gives you like really detailed, specific information about a lot of the things he talks about. Like, he even talks about like what companies to do advertising with, really specific stuff that you wouldn't really expect from this kind of book. So if you're interested in only working 4 hours per week, or even working more than that, but being able to focus on the things that you enjoy more, then I would say this is a great book to read, even if it sort of just gets you thinking about these ideas, and then you can develop them later. Now, number 5 is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Now, this is probably the most in-depth book on this whole list, and it's actually like extremely in-depth. And I would say this is the go-to book if you're interested in investing in the stock market. The author of this book was actually the mentor of the third richest man in the world, Warren Buffett. And this book really lays the principles and rules for investing in the stock market for the long term. And if you're interested in investing, I would 100% recommend this book to you. I think it's probably the best book on the subject. But I do need to warn you, this book can be a little bit boring just because of how in-depth he goes. Like, there's charts and he's giving you numbers and it's like extremely in-depth. Like, he's giving you some very, very specific situations and very specific rules and ideas to follow. Now, which of these 5 books do I think is the best? Personally, I have to give that award to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And personally, I attribute a lot of my progress to this book. It really does help you think outside the box, and it helps you start thinking in a way that will make you rich. And one of the things it says with this book is while you're reading it, you are going to get an idea, and that idea is going to be something that could make you rich. And it's so true. Like, while you're reading this, ideas are going to start popping into your head. And I really do love this book. And I've actually read this book twice, and I would 100% recommend it to anyone who's interested in this world. And I also want to say, if you've read all the books on this list, or if you're about to read all the books on this list, you are going to be ahead of so many people when it comes to investing and building wealth for your future. And also, you can follow this channel and learn about these things on my YouTube channel, because we talk about this stuff all the time. And if you do all these things, like, you are going to be so set in life. You're going to be so rich just in knowledge. And from there, you're going to be able to build richness in terms of money, happiness, and so many other things as well. And if you're like me, where you have a job where you're able to pop a headphone in and listen to a book at work, then I would say sign up for the free Audible trial. And right now, if you sign up for the free trial, they're giving you 2 books for free. And even if you cancel your membership, you get to keep the books that you got. So I think that's an awesome opportunity. And if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. I have a link to it in the description. If not, that's fine too. I also have links to the books in the description. So if you're interested in checking them out, you can look at them down there. Now, I really hope this video helped you. And if it did, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would really mean a lot to me, and it would really help me out. And also hit the like button on this video if this video did help you. And go watch some more of my videos, and I'll see you guys there.